The New York Knicks and Leon Rose are playing chess and not checkers. What's up, guys? It's your boy Absidious back with another video. Before we begin, how about you subscribe and turn on notifications for more NBA quality videos? So if you don't want to miss those, highly recommend it to subscribe. But with that out of the way, let's begin. All know that the New York Knicks are a legit team. I mean, last season they were the fourth seeded team in the Eastern Conference because they were really surprising. I mean, nobody expected them to have home court advantage on the playoffs. I mean, before that, the season prior to that season, they were like, if I'm not mistaken, the 12th seeded. So yeah, they jumped around like 8 spots. So that was really insane, and they surprised us. RJ Barrett had a nice development year. Julius Randle all of a sudden became an All-NBA caliber player. Mitchell Robinson upgraded himself. Nerds Noel is Nerds Noel. Derrick Rose is a Derrick Rose. So everybody played their part really well, especially their coach Tom Thibodeau. But it would have never happened without Leon Rose. Those were very underrated moves made by Leon Rose. And I know that the success of their last season wasn't all because of Leon Rose. We have to give credit to Derrick Rose, Alec Burks, the veterans that they had on that team. We have to give credit for guys like RJ Barrett and Julius Randle to significantly improve their game. We have to give them credit. We have to give Tom Thibodeau his credit to somehow, some way, let those guys actually play defense. Not a lot of coaches could tell their guys, hey, play defense, and they're going to buy into play defense. This was a franchise that knew only about losing, and losers don't really want to play that much defense. And hey, he somehow, some way told them it's okay if you don't be that much consistent offensively, but every single night y'all are gonna be the best defensive team in the NBA. But Leon Rose should definitely get some credit because he believed in them. He was making those small yet smart moves on the offseason, getting Tom Thibodeau. He knew that Tom Thibodeau had potential to flip this team. He was an amazing defensive coach, but not really good offensively. And they thought, hey, this is a losing team. They won't buy into his system. And they bought into the system. If I'm not mistaken, when Julius Randle signed with the New York Knicks, he was one of the worst contracts, and he was supposed to get bought out. But said that no, we'll see what he would do. And guess what? He became an All-NBA caliber player. RJ Barrett, he did not give up on him. He's now one of the better players on the New York Knicks. He's making small moves, for example, the Derrick Rose move, which they gave up nothing for Derrick Rose. I mean, Desmond Jr. might probably be out of the league, and a second round pick is a second round pick. Even this offseason, I really like the moves that he did. Yes, overpaying over Evan Fournier, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, bringing back guys like Alec Burks, Derrick Rose, Nerlens Noel, and they're in talks with Mitchell Robinson in a contract extension, which I think is going to be a nice contract since he's not really that active because he's very injury prone. And did I even mention Kemba? Getting Kemba Walker for only $8 million has to be the most underrated move of this offseason. A lot of people don't really care about this move for some reason. I mean, last season, he was a 20-point per game scorer. This guy can still give you 20 points. And what do the Knicks need the most? Efficient scorer that can create his own shot and that can create for others, and that's what Kemba will do exactly. Now he will be kind of a liability in the defensive side, but when you got Nerlens Noel, got Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and a lot of guys who bought into the defensive system of Tom Thibodeau, I think they can hide him just like they were hiding Derrick Rose. And the same thing could be said with Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier is amazing in scoring for himself, and he's an underrated facilitator. I mean, he can he can play make for others. So if you really need a secondary playmaker besides, Rose and Kemba Walker, you got Evan Fournier. So Leon Rose already built a solid team with little cap space. And then this offseason, yes, he got rid of the cap space, but he improved that team. We cannot doubt that. But now it's even better. After that season, or during that season, they have a good amount of assets, and that is something dangerous when you give a guy like Leon Rose assets to work with. He signed guys like Kemba Walker, he signed Evan Fournier. Now, why am I saying assets? Well, the truth is, New York is, trending as a hot place to sign with. A lot of free agents are right now looking at New York as a legitimate destination, not only to build your market, to build your business, but to actually win. Yes, for like a long time, you could actually win in New York. That's what a lot of those players are thinking. But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen soon, because the thing about Leon Rose is literally the most patient GM or VP of basketball operations guy I've ever seen in the NBA. I mean, when you look at the big market GMs, you got like Pat Riley. Pat Riley would do whatever he wants to get a superstar, and except that one time with James Harden. But if you tell him, hey, LeBron's available, he will do everything to get LeBron. And sometimes it works, he got LeBron, sometimes it doesn't work. So Pat Riley is the type of guy who goes for stars, but he's not really the best when it comes to underrated signings, when it comes to finding, the chemistry guys. He just wants to go for star power as much as possible. I mean, a lot of people say, what about the Jay Crowder move? It wasn't intended to be okay, this is good for a team. No, it was intended to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was trying to do whatever he can to get on Giannis, and he failed. And I'm telling you, from now on, he's doing some cap thing to get Luka Doncic. I'm telling you, that is who he is. He's not the guy who will get you like, underrated role players. He will just focus on star players. The same thing could be said with Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka, if there's an opportunity to get better, he will take it. I mean, even if they just came out of a championship, instead of just improving it a little bit, they were like changing the entire team. He's like, okay, is this better player than this better? I'll take him. Even if it doesn't fit, he would take the better player. But with Leon Rose, he not only tries to sign guys or trade for guys that have value in the trade market, but he also get guys that can actually do something for the team, like actually produce, actually be efficient with that team. So they're not getting Kemba Walker just because of Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker will be amazing with the New York Knicks, trust me. Evan Fournier is going to be amazing with the New York Knicks. And hey, if there's a trade available, you don't think Evan Fournier could be a legitimate trade asset? He will be a legitimate trade asset. It's just the timing that Leon Rose is waiting for. Leon Rose knows that he can get a Bradley Beal, a Damian Lillard, a Karl-Anthony Towns. He just wants to wait for the opportunity and see when he can do it. And for now, just build solid teams with low risk but high rewards. And I'm telling you, maybe not soon, but later, he will build an amazing team, and heck, they might even win the championship. I'm not saying soon, I'm saying later. When? We don't know, but when the opportunity comes, you best believe Leon Rose and the New York Knicks might be the best opportunists in the game. So that is it for the video. That our way, Ab, signing out.